What's up, witches? It's the Undercover Witch, and today I am doing readings for our air signs. So this reading is if your moon sign is in Gemini. Moon signs all about emotions. So we're going to be looking at your emotions for the month of April up into May. We are using a lot of oracle cards today. We're going to use the Angelarium. That's going to be our main focus. We'll have some Moonology cards just for some extra information. And then for confirmation questions, we're going to have our tarot as well as 3 questions at the very end for this yes or no. And we'll do three questions. That's what I said. That's what I said. Okay, so the way this Angelarium deck works is there's a section for angels, and then there's a section for parts of the spiritual tree, which is basically, I mean, it could be separated into several things. It could be parts of the spiritual tree, pretty understandable. You can also relate them to energy centers, so your chakras. And there's another way, but I forgot. Yeah, I can't remember. That's very, very weird. I guess it's not important for this. I'm just gonna trust it and move on. Sometimes you just gotta do that. It'll come up later, I have a feeling. Okay, so we have, state of being. Yes. This is so interesting. So I had, a lot of people are getting this card, but it is the right leg, which is endurance. So you're going through something right now where you just feel like all of the burden, all of the weight is on your shoulders, and you're so tired. We also have the ground, which is kingdom. That's your connection, how you view yourself in the world around you. We have the crown, spirituality, which is how you connect with the spiritual world. It's just kind of interesting because you have 2 opposites. You have the ground and you have the crown. And you also have your left leg, which is endurance, and your right leg, that's endurance, and your left leg, which is submission. So you have like the complete opposites, and they're at diagonals across. So X. Interesting. I'm very interested in this, but definitely a lot to do about state of being. So let's go ahead and pull our angel cards and see which set of angels are kind of watching over and guarding these centers. We have the angel of verdancy for the right leg of endurance. We have the angel of song for kingdom, the angel of truth for crown, and the angel of snow for the left leg submission. Okay. So for the right leg of endurance, the angel of verdancy, that's all about what you're growing. That's all about the earth and what you get from it. So I feel like in some ways you're not able to enjoy those things that you get from the earth. You're not really getting as much out of it as you feel like you should, or as other people should. You feel almost abandoned by earth and abundance, which is interesting because usually when these cards come up with each other, it's more of there's an abundance here. But if we look at this, it's kind of like facing away. It's kind of, you're in this space of non-abundance, but you can see the abundance everywhere around you because that's the angel that's surrounding you, but it's not affecting you. It's not affecting you directly. We have the kingdom, which is the ground, and the angel of song. So there seems to be a movement that's happening around you that's going towards a certain direction. And I feel like this is catching you off guard because you don't really know how to take this. You don't really know what's supposed to happen. You don't really know what this has to do with you. And I think part of this is when you are in that endurance mode for so long, you're used to moving and moving and moving and moving. But with the angel of song and the kingdom, it's almost like you've been asking for something in the universe to happen that you didn't have to put into play, that you didn't have to do. Well, if that's how you want it, then you have to be prepared to allow things to happen around you so that those things can move into place for you. And I think that's what is happening. Is it's almost like a surprise party. Like your mom told all your friends, like, hey, I need y'all to get this person to this one place. Just make it happen. Just y'all all get there. And, you know, you keep calling all your friends because you're like, hey, you want to hang out today? And they're like, no, I'm busy. And you're just like, why is everything so different? And you see everybody moving around doing a whole bunch of stuff. And then it turns out like it was all for you. That's kind of what I'm getting. I have the crown, which is spirituality and truth. I think that you're facing a moment of truth right now. Like that might be a lot of guidance coming in from your guides. That might be being truthful with yourself and being truthful with what's around you at the moment. You're just kind of at a state of matter of fact. Like this is just how things are happening. And then we have the left leg submission and angel snow. So this is good because we have two opposites, even in this verdancy and angel snow. Actually, this is all very interesting because going back to the ground and the kingdom and the angel of song and truth and the crown, the spirituality, those were diagonal. The angel of song is about an inner truth, but it's very sacral based, so it's very lower down in your energy center. So it's something that calls out to that creativity part of you, that creation part of you, and that is about expressing your truth through your art and what you do. Whereas the angel of truth is about your throat chakra, which is kind of like the spiritual side of creation. It's the spiritual side of imagination and that sort of thing. So and self-expression again. So it's like those are two centers where you create, one on earth and one spiritually, and connecting with others around you. So, and one of those you have, and that's affecting the ground, the angel song, and the angel of truth is affecting spirituality, which are also at two opposites. So it's just crazy. But if that's not crazy enough, we have the other side of things, which is the right leg of endurance and verdancy and the angel of snow and submission. So we have basically spring and winter right across from each other, where we have our endurance and submission. So what this is kind of telling me is you're uncomfortable, but you're balanced. Because on one side, there's movement. And on the other side, there's this coolness. It's like a refreshment. It's like I think most people get in like a hot spring to relax, to calm down, but you just want to lay in the snow and cool off kind of thing, because you're so hot when you're working with because you're overworked so much. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull the next set of cards, which is the Moonology. And I actually pulled an extra set of cards for you from the angel cards, but we'll get that one in a second. So the first one is communication is key. Make sure that you're telling the people around you what you're wanting to do and what your goals are. If you're at work, make sure you're telling them what you're wanting. If you're at school, make sure you're telling your advisor, whatever, or your counselor, what you're wanting so that they can help you. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't let pride get in your way. That's what I'm saying. Is you have to be able to tell people so that they can help you make those connections and get there. And then your confidence is your key to success. And that's new moon in Leo. So that's two Leos. We have full moon in Leo and we have new moon in Leo, which are two complete opposites. So yeah, just allow other people to assist you so that you don't have to carry all those burdens by yourself. Right now, I feel like you're in a good space where you're interacting with others and you're spending enough time alone. So that's a good give and take and a good recharge and a good like social recharge. But you're not allowing other people to help you, and that's different than being in social situations. And then the last card I have is Nothing is Set in Stone, which is the mutual moon. And it's the halfway point. It's basically the halfway point. So I think that's why it's important for you to not kind of just get angry, I guess, or get upset with how much you're working, because if you allow others to help you and you tell people what you're concerned about and what you're working on, I think that'll help you move forward. But if you just, I guess, start with a bad attitude, or you start with anger, frustration, it's not going to work out as well. So try to stay balanced, because I think right now you're doing a good job. You just need to make sure that you're keeping open communication. And then the other thing I have is the angel of divination. So make sure you're being open and you're communicating with your guides as well, and keeping them a part of the process so that they know where you want to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull some tarot. We have the 5 of Cups. So something may have caused some kind of disappointment recently. Maybe you tried to do something that just didn't turn out right. Didn't turn out the way you wanted. So now you're just like, okay, well, now what? And we also have the Ace of Cups, though. So something is coming in to fill your cup in place of these five cups. And you are having a tower moment. And this is why I was saying earlier, that endurance and that verdancy, the world around you is moving with the kingdom and the angel song. So that's kind of the tower coming down around you, but it's not you. It's not affecting you. It's just the stuff around you is coming down because it was never really meant to be there in the first place. And again, it's trying to rebuild to where you're supposed to be. And we have the 3 of Cups, which is all about socializing and allowing yourself to communicate with others and have friends and that sort of thing. So last, we're going to do our 3 yes or no questions. So have your first question ready. 1, 2, 3. No. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So right now, I like how I did that. Right now, it seems like the Wheel of Fortune is trying to figure out which way it's going. So you might be experiencing a lot of good and a lot of bad, and a lot of good and a lot of bad, and a lot of good and a lot of bad. This wheel hasn't really settled yet, is what I have gotten. So it's on reverse. It's not straight up. It's just kind of very fluid. Second question, but I don't want to say it is in reverse because it's not. I don't want to say it's either way. Like it's really like in between. Like it's like teeter-tottering. Uno, dos, tres for your second question. Yes. And we have the 4 of Pentacles. So something is affecting your security with your finances or with your stability. And, that's okay. It happens. Just try to be smart with how you're handling your money and things. But don't worry. I do have a more secure feeling about this 4 of Pentacles than normal. So just hold on. Just wait. Third question. 1, 2, 3. That was really bad. Hold on. Okay, I just want to make sure it was going to fall on the same thing. Okay. And yes, it did all 3 times. I just thought it was like a fluke. Okay, so the 2 of Cups. So there is somebody that you're connecting with. I think it's positive. I think it's good. That's all I have. So I hope this was helpful for you, Gemini. And if you haven't already, if you don't know already, I am a Podbean affiliate now, and I have my link below. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, you can use my link below for 1 month free of whichever plan you choose. And I am also on the Wisdom app, which is basically like a TikTok, but for audio. You can ask different hosts questions, or you can answer questions, and you can listen to different people's questions. It's like a 1-minute thing. Or there's also an option on there to do live talks where a host can just start up a conversation, have guests join on to talk about a topic. I was thinking about using this for like our purposes, for maybe readings or spirituality, or like just talking questions, things like that. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out down below. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and comment whatever thoughts you have about the reading or the channel. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great week.